Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and I hope everybody's having a great Saturday. I just woke up a little bit ago, already had my black coffee, but now we are chilling. So overall, when we're talking about a lot of these, altcoins within this market, we talk about some specific ones. Today I'm going to be talking about XRP, I'm going to be talking about HBAR, XLM, and QNT. These four right now. Currently, because I am seeing a pattern within XRP and XLM, and HBAR, HBAR is one of those assets that you have trust issues with. Like, everything looks great on the surface, but like the PA is just a little bit sus, So overall, we're going to be watching HBAR, we're going to be checking it out, and then we're also going to be checking out QNT, because I do think that QNT is really building up for a massive breakout. But we do have XRP moving significantly today, and we're going to be addressing that. So overall, before I jump into this video, I just want to say, if you guys are enjoying the daily crypto news and content and all that kind of stuff, definitely hit that like button if you guys haven't already. Subscribe and turn notifications on. Let me know how your Saturday is going down in the comments below. But let's jump into this. Let's refresh and let's check out what's happening. So Bitcoin, like I've been saying, we wanted to see it, kind of stabilize here and not crash or anything like that. Today would be the day to see that happen, today and tomorrow. And then obviously we have to watch for Monday. So these next 3 days, including today, are very, very important for Bitcoin to kind of just stay fluctuating within these levels, and we're going to be talking about that and addressing it. Now, overall, right now, the market is not too crazy in regards to altcoins, but we do see XRP, like I was saying, is up 10.54%. Now, I'm going to be talking about this. I'm also going to be talking about its Bitcoin pair, because that's the suspicious thing in regards to its main movements. Now, overall, we're not seeing too much movement throughout the market, but we do see Stellar is catching up with XRP, up about 7.12%. That's why I said, you guys need to get into Stellar now when it was under 30 cents. Perfect opportunity, perfect buy opportunity. We do see, HBAR, again, like I said, I have trust issues with her because she is down 1.45%. She's also down 7% on the 7-day span. But we already know from a fundamental standpoint, it's incredible from an overall standpoint like that. But it is what it is. We just have to watch and see what happens. We got to be patient here, because that is the name of the game, and we're going to be talking about it. So let's jump into it. Let's first off talk about XRP. XRP, massive amount of volume today. Almost broke over $1.20 to hold, but again, just similar to this back here, we could not hold it. Now, what is the issue here? What is going on here? What am I suspicious about in regards to this pump? Because don't get me wrong, I love to see price action like this on altcoins. Could XRP be decoupling? I'm sure that there's going to be YouTubers saying that. No, I don't think it is, right? And the reason for this, first off, let's go over to, all right, so this was the 10th of September. Let's check out the Bitcoin chart. So first off, let's go to the daily. Let's check out what's happening here. So let's zoom in and let's go back to September 10th. So around September 10th, here is that major influx in volume to actually push us above the point where we are now. All right, but do you see the difference here, right? So this is the 10th. This is how high we were on the Bitcoin pair, and here's today. Okay, so obviously we got some more, volume on the Bitcoin pair. It looks fairly good, but we are nowhere near a good breaking point. In fact, we are actually now a little bit above some support going back to the 20th of September. Also, we are basically on these levels going back to August, before we had that nice little, breakout event back here. That is what I would want to see in regards to the Bitcoin pair. I actually want to see us, gain some support on this point here to sustain this, pump. If we break down below this and come back down here, we could pretty much forget about all the gains that we made today. It will be similar to what we did back here, where we just kind of come back down into this demand zone and trade sideways. Overall, I'm not too, I'm not going to be ecstatic about this pump. It's great to see. Overall right now on the daily, if we go here and go to the top of this candle, we're up about 14%. We're up about 17.72% to the high. So it's a fairly good move. I'm just watching right now in regards to the XRP Bitcoin pair. I'm watching this to see if it gains some traction. Overall, right now, if I was to look at this and say where would I want to be in regards to a major demand zone, well, overall it's around this point here that we are in, right? This is a major, this is a great point to be in for XRP, but I'm very suspicious about this actually holding this point right now. So we have to watch for more PA to play out on this. I might update it later depending on how long I go without uploading again, because I probably will only upload about one video currently. Wait it out and see what happens, because Saturdays, how volatile Saturdays could be. So I'm watching this very, very closely. Could we retest a major support level? Possibly, yeah. We could be retesting about $1.12 depending on how this plays out. But right now, the only price action that we actually have to go off of right now is September 10th. And if we look back at September 10th, we were on some major support. The Bitcoin pair doesn't always correlate with the USD pair. For an example, look at where we were at on September 10th. And this is the USD pair, just so you guys know. But look at where we were at on September 10th and look at where we were at today. And look at the difference in regards to the price action on the Bitcoin pair, right? So overall, I think that we were ready to actually bounce off of this level, especially, if you actually inverted this. So let me invert this real quick. So overall, when we're talking about a lot of the price action that happens, right? When you invert these charts, okay, this was bound to pump up a little bit. I know that this is a little confusing for a lot of people, but essentially what happens, okay, we could go back to even, June of this year, right? Look at this. This was bound to come back in a strong way because it corrected so much. If we actually look at this chart and we go off of the price action alone, I mean, this was literally a 45% drop in price on the Bitcoin pair. So when we're talking about a major influx, it was bound to do that. And the same kind of goes for what we're seeing now. I wouldn't be surprised if XRP rallies from here because we are down 32.76%. What would happen if we, pretty much did something like this right now? We would be at some major targets. I mean, I don't like to use bars graphs too much, but we would be at some major targets on the USD pair. Now, overall, let's invert it again. Let's see where we would be at in regards to this level. So, of course, our all-time high, this bull run, which was about $1.98, is up around at 3,715 sats. But as you guys do know, at our current levels, if we were to push like this, it would be significantly higher, going back to even the September 10th, price chart for the Bitcoin pair. But we just need to stabilize. We just need to get some more traction here. But I would not be surprised if XRP continued this breakout over the weekend and into the week. Now, let's talk about HBAR overall. So in regards to HBAR, I know that a lot of people are a little bit upset with it. But hey, we have been holding some support significantly. It's nothing too crazy. We're just kind of holding around the 36 level to about 40% level. We just need some more volume overall. Like when we're talking about the volume, it's still down about 2%. We're still sitting around 217 million. Nobody's buying it right now. But when the volume does start to pour in, that's when we will launch. So until then, nothing's going to be too exciting on the HBAR pair. Now, in regards to this, right, I want to see us back up in this demand zone, or at least above it. Up here would be incredible for us because that's around 42 to 45 cents. But as you guys do see, every time that we peaked above it, we could never hold it because of sustainable volume. So right now, I'm watching HBAR not too closely because I really, I'm not too concerned on the, short-term price analysis of it. I just do it for you guys because I know that a lot of people are out there, wondering what's next. Well, right now, it looks like that, we could be retesting some major support and then bouncing up a little bit, maybe, influxing to around 45 cents. That would be the, nice thing to see. But you guys do see, when we do something like this, even in the past, when we go up, we come down, we kind of come back up, right? It's a significant thing, but this kind of looks like a little bit of a cup and handle forming. Could be, a little bit of a nice, pump to around 46 cents to break that and retest 50 cents. That would be the great thing to see, but we just have to watch PA play out. I still think that there's going to be some major rallies throughout the week, especially, talking about, Bitcoin, but we have to watch this weekend because everything is fairly volatile. But I am watching XRP closely. Like I said, You know, this is what we don't want to see. We don't want to see this break this support line, because look at what's happening with the USD pair. Every single time that something breaks out like this, watch the Bitcoin pair. I would not be surprised if this pump was not sustainable, but I do think that XRP is bound to break out at some point in time throughout this week. Today, we got a little bit more volume. I would love it to hold the $1.12 to $1.20 point. But overall, let's watch the HBAR Bitcoin pair, right? Now, again, like I said, invert the scale and check out what's happening. Because look at what is happening on this, overall chart. Would I be surprised if we influxed from here and had a major green rally up to around the SAT level? Absolutely not. This would bring us to major targets as well. When you're looking at things from an inverted view, it's very, very simple to kind of see what's going to be playing out. And I don't mean it's simple as in the idea that it will play out perfectly. Absolutely not. But I'm just saying, you can kind of get a better viewpoint on it, because when you're looking at something like this, you're like, well, yeah, we would probably influx from here. Especially when you're looking at, we're basically at bottom tier levels of major support. We're kind of just holding the 660 line. If we lose the 660 support, it's going to take us a little bit of time to get back to some key targets. This will also bring us down to some significant prices. Same goes for Bitcoin, right? When we're watching Bitcoin closely, Bitcoin could pull us down to some significant levels on the USD pair. That's why I always said, right? Even in the Discord, I said, if Bitcoin does correct from here, we could see 25 cents on HBAR. And I didn't mean that, because when you're talking about a 13% drop on Bitcoin, which is possible, altcoins will pretty much, correct about, 2x. So when you're talking about that, a 13% would bring us down about, 26%. And look at where 26% brings us down to. Around 27 cents. But it's not a big surprise to come back down and retest even more at around 33%, which would be almost over a little bit of a 2x. So overall, I'm watching HBAR fairly closely in regards to the Bitcoin pair. This is all I really kind of care about, especially even with XRP, right? Like, it's very simple to look at the USD pair and be like, oh wow, we're gonna break out. But no, you got to watch the Bitcoin pairs, because the Bitcoin pairs is what really kind of feels a move on altcoins. Same goes for XLM, right? I'm watching XLM very closely because, of course, it's broke above the 32 centile range, which was its major resistance point. And check out the support that it grasped, right? I told you guys originally, I think it was like around September 28th. I think we were trading at around like 27 cents instead of 26 cents almost, but this was some major support, and I said this was a great entry point in my opinion, because look at what happened after, right? I think XLM is fairly strong in its sense of nice price movement, but again, when we look at the XLM Bitcoin pair, and I'm just saying it right now, a lot of these assets look like this. They look absolutely garbage on the Bitcoin pair. But XLM, if you invert the scale, what do you think is going to happen here? Okay, look at how bad of a move this Bitcoin pair has been for XLM. Okay, we're talking about from May, this has just been in a downward trend. And we're talking about a 63.94% of a dropping point. And when we looked at, XRPs, let's invert the scale. Let's look at this closely. Check out this, right? So when we're talking about a major price move on the Bitcoin pair for a major correction, okay, this was roughly around 60%, okay? And this allowed it to move and actually break out 80%. So when we're talking about the Bitcoin pairs and we're talking about a lot of these, inverting is a great way to actually kind of look at things on a different perspective. It kind of gives you a little bit of a different perspective on things. And XLM has not had a major breaking point yet. I think in the long run, or at least by the end of November into the beginning of December, XLM is going to shock a lot of people. And I truly do believe that, because when you're talking about the price, right? Look at this. It has not had solid movement at all. And of course, we're still on the inverted chart. And this looks like a solid breaking point for it. This could retest around 42 cents. If it does retest this level and actually break above it, we could see an influx, right? Because check out where 42 cents actually lies within. When we're talking about this, within the entire price chart, right? This is basically a little bit of a resistance point going back to April 25th. But look at what ended up happening once we broke out of that. We retested 80 cents. So I'm watching that level very closely for XLM, and that is exactly why I think that XLM is very close to a major breakout point. Because once we break above this, it's on to the races, right? It's retesting some major resistance points after that. Now, I do want to talk to you guys about QNT, and yes, this is going to be a little bit longer of a video. I do apologize for those that don't have a lot of time in your day, but I'm just giving you guys a little bit of an analysis on 4 major altcoins that I always talk about on this channel, and then we're going to be talking about Bitcoin dominance just a little bit. So again, QNT, like I said, very strong asset. Looks like an incredible bull flag is forming here. I mean, this is a massive formation. And again, when we're talking about this could go either way. Okay, this could go up, this could go even down. I know a lot of people are going to probably be like, well, doesn't that mean that's like the same thing for anything? When we're talking about this, I think that QNT is destined for a breaking point and to retest these highs up here. And the reason why is, first off, let's check out the QNT Bitcoin pair. Okay, again, a lot of these Bitcoin pairs look the exact same. They look extremely bearish. They look like, there's no volume, there's no strength. Again, when you're looking at XRP, look at this, right? So when you're looking at this and you see this breaking point here, a lot of altcoins will do this. Same with, HBAR. And a lot of the price chart, the USD price charts are bearish or garbage because of this right here. The amount of volume that is no longer within this asset is all within Bitcoin, because Bitcoin has had a massive rally. Bitcoin was the show stealer. So when we're talking about this just needs more volume. And look at it, wanted to break out on the 8th. And when you're looking at the 8th, let's just go back to the USD pair. So on the 8th, we had that nice little influx to about $343, and that's exactly how fast this altcoin could actually move when we do see some volume on the Bitcoin pair. So we just need to gain some strength on the Bitcoin pair for this to have that major breakout point. And again, when we go back to the Coinbase chart, we could actually see that. So, we hit resistance perfectly on the 8th. We actually hit $336. We couldn't break out of it. Perfect way to short it, if you will. And then, and I wouldn't short QNT, just so you guys know. But we hit this resistance. We came back down, and we retested almost $289. That's the major support zone. I think that this ultimately, once we gain some more volume, this moves extremely fast. I honestly think that this moves faster than XRP. But look at the bull flag that we printed back here in August before we had that major influx to almost $400 plus, right? So when we're talking about QNT, I think that QNT has a lot of strength in it. I think that we just need a little bit more volume. And all altcoins look like this. Trust me, HBAR is not the only one. We have XLM, we have QNT. XRP is showing us how fast something could move once we gain some traction on the Bitcoin pair. Now, talking about Bitcoin, I don't like to use bars graphs a lot, but check out this bars graph that I printed on it. This is going back a couple days ago. This looks like it's playing out perfectly, and this would play perfectly into the idea of closing at a solid level on the weekly chart. And this would allow for us to have that rally on Monday as well to about 62,000. Then we would recorrect down to about 56.8K to hold this major demand zone. Wouldn't be too crazy of a push down either. If we're talking about this is roughly 9%, which we've seen 9% drops in price before. Just to give you guys a little bit of an insight, check out this. This is roughly about 8%. If we actually go off of the top of this candle, we can actually see that this is about almost 9% exact. So when we're talking about Bitcoin, wouldn't be surprising to see that. In fact, just from the top of this candle alone to about the bottom here, this is almost 5%. So 5 to 10% pullbacks on Bitcoin are a little bit healthy. They're nothing too crazy. Now, if we were talking about a major correction, we would basically come down and retest maybe around our level now. Realistically, this is what that would look like. This would pretty much be a 10%, and this would basically be about a 12%, which wouldn't be too crazy, and that would pretty much allow us to break the all-time high. It's going to take a little bit of time, but I think that by the middle of October, I think that we could see some major price movement on Bitcoin. Bitcoin looks fairly strong here. I know that we are a little bit cautious here. I would play with caution as well. I wouldn't look to long anything. If you have, bags packed, keep those packed. Don't try to sell them. Don't try to short them. I'm just saying we could see a pullback on Bitcoin. It wouldn't surprise me. Monday would probably be that day. Tonight would probably be that day. It's still early. It's about 2 p.m. So I'm watching these charts fairly closely. Same goes for Bitcoin dominance, right? Bitcoin dominance is at this nice little point here where it doesn't really know what it wants to do. It's bouncing off of support. It's trying to retest that major resistance point. It's at 43.93%. I don't like that. Bitcoin is at a pretty high level here. Again, this is also telling us there's a lot of money in Bitcoin, not a lot of money in our altcoins. Again, that's why when we're talking about HBAR, it's giving me trust issues. It really is. So I'm watching these levels very closely. I really want to see Bitcoin dominance kind of reject the resistance at about 44.7%, and this will allow us to break down below this support zone at 43.44% and retest a lower. This will also allow our altcoins to really gain some traction, but I think that until Bitcoin breaks out of the all-time high, which I think will most likely happen, around the middle of the month, which is next week, that's not gonna happen on the Bitcoin dominance chart. So overall, I'm watching these very closely. In regards to the dollar's just kind of ranging here as a lot of things are happening with the debt ceiling and all that kind of stuff. I think that the debt ceiling is actually going to cause this to actually influx down. But overall, I'm watching a lot of these charts. I'm watching them very closely. These are my main four, though. I'm watching XRP, I'm watching HBAR, I'm also watching XLM, and I'm also watching QNT, because QNT, you guys already know, I bought another 7 around this major support zone. So, that's nothing too crazy. It's just to kind of, top my bag off a little bit, just get prepared for what's about to happen, which I think that we could see $1,000 for QNT this bull run. So overall, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. If you guys do want more free content, you guys can watch, you guys could check out the Discord, and you guys could also check out the Twitter. Post a lot of great content. We also, in the Discord, if you guys haven't already joined the Discord, we have so much free content in there. It's actually crazy that it's even free. But overall, you guys should definitely join the free Discord, and also check me out on Twitter. Links are down in the description below, as well as in the comments below. Also, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, and turn notifications on. Also, definitely comment down below how your Saturday is going. I really want to hear from a lot of you guys. And if you guys do want, to get all of my other stuff, all my paid content, my exit strategies, all that kind of stuff, you guys can get that on NCashOfficial.com. I do have the Ultimate Crusader Trading Bundle Pack. This is $60. This is the best deal because you get all of this included. This is every product on the site, as well as all new content for free. This price does move up every single time that a new product is released. So overall, this would be the best deal. But for anybody who doesn't want to spend a lot of money, or if anybody doesn't even want to spend any money, you guys don't have to. But I'm just saying, I have a whole bunch of other products on here. So just to give you guys that insight, you guys aren't obligated to purchase anything, but just letting you guys know. So overall, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night, wherever you guys are on this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.